There's a lot of challenges, as you mentioned and I alluded to just now. We just kind of summarize it to the main ones here. I would say number one is the high cost of generation. One of the main challenges to making the switch to green hydrogen is still the cost of generating it. Most of the cost comes from using significant amounts of electricity in order to separate the hydrogen and the oxygen atoms in the water. We need to increase our use of solar, wind, and other forms of renewable energy. If we can do that, we can bring the costs down of production. The second point is around creating infrastructure. So we need to create new infrastructure that is necessary to distribute and store the green hydrogen. We need a network of pipelines and storage facilities to make sure that this fuel can be readily available when we need it. Third point is the fact that we need new vehicles or new types of vehicles which can run on hydrogen. You can't just put it in an internal combustion engine and just expect that it's gonna run. The same goes for other forms of transportation, whether it's buses, planes, ships, etc. There's some progress already in that being made, but still very early days, I would say. Fourth point is around regulation and incentives and how to make that economically viable. For green hydrogen to become a mainstream fuel source, we still need to enact regulations that support its growth. And this can be in the form of incentives like tax breaks, subsidies, mandates to use it in certain industries, etc. There's also safety, which is the fifth point. There's some safety concerns around using it as a primary fuel source. And that's essentially because hydrogen is flammable. And if there's a leak in a pipeline or anywhere in the supply chain, the distribution chain, it can explode. So obviously it's a big concern. The final point is really around competitive viability, and I would say that's probably one of the biggest challenges actually. Currently, traditional forms of energy storage are actually much more efficient than green hydrogen. For example, hydrogen fuel cells convert to around 60 to 70% of the energy they produce into usable energy, and that compares to 90% or more efficiency for lithium-ion batteries. So there's quite a big gap there.